Hey, what's up everyone? Today I am going to do a Thanksgiving makeup tutorial. I know that sounds weird because it's like, is it a turkey inspired makeup tutorial? No. Basically what I'm going to show you is how I am probably going to wear my makeup on Thanksgiving Day. And why? Because it's a little bit strategic. I'm usually like super torn about how to do my makeup and what to wear for Thanksgiving because in one sense I go to my dad's house and I want to be comfortable and I want to just be relaxed and I just want to spend time with my dad and my family. However, at the same time, I travel home to New York for Christmas and a lot of my family I only see that one time a year. So I want to put my best face forward so they don't think that my whole life has fallen apart, you know what I mean? Today I put together a very strategic version of like a pretty glam look that I would wear and probably will wear this year for Thanksgiving because it will hold up well during the day and be comfortable but still look really put together. So I basically did almost a fully matte eye in a very smoked out cat-shaped shadow and a cat-shaped liner and a lip that looks very, very glamorous and put together but will wear off very well because you're gonna be eating things and if you walk in there with like a dark red lip with lipstick on, that shit is not gonna last and you're gonna look crazy in like an hour. The lip that I put together today is like my go-to I need to look good but I'm gonna be eating a lot lip, so take notes. I do this all the time. It is among my favorite ways to do a lip. The product that I'm going to be using as the gloss is the Bite Beauty Agave Lip Mask, which I fucking love. It is like the thickest lip balm ever. It's super shiny like a gloss, but it feels balmy and not sticky. And this particular one is champagne colored, so it has like a tiny bit of shimmer and a little bit of pink to it. Basically what I do is I always layer it over the top of like a pinky nude lip liner. It sits really well, it looks really plump, it looks really smooth. It almost looks like a gloss over a liquid lipstick when you do it this way, but it wears much easier. So for the eyes, I took a very similar approach to the lips where I did not put any false lashes on today. I don't really think you need them with this look anyway because they are not going to show up that much with such a dark winged shape. The last thing I want is to be in a steamy hot kitchen helping my dad over a pot of potatoes with my falsies flapping off. I also didn't put anything super dark in the waterline because waterlines are the first thing that tends to start to melt down the face. So I did a nude waterline with a pencil that lasts very well. So we just don't have to think about it the rest of the day. One and done. That's just how I want to be. I want to look good and I want it to last. So with that being said, I think that explains all of my reasonings behind the strategery of this look. Let's zoom in and I'll show you how I got this Thanksgiving makeup look. I already prepped my eyes with the Kat Von D Lock-It Primer and I set that with the Laura Mercier Translucent Setting Powder. I just find that if I set my primer with a translucent setting powder, it lasts way longer and also it makes it way easier to blend. So let's zoom in. So the first thing I'm going to do, as usual, is put down a transition color, but I am not going to be doing like a rounded crease shape today. I'm kind of going to be winging the entire shape of the shadow. So I'm going to lay down my transition color normally, but I might just kind of swoop it out a little towards the brow just to kind of start that shape and then work on the shape as we go along. Yeah. Today I'm going to be using the Tarte Pro palette again because it has all the beautiful, wonderful mattes that I need to make this look. And it's also wonderful and blendable and I love it so, so much. For my transition shade, I am going to start with the color Innocent, which is like a peachy nude color. And surprise, surprise, as usual, I'm going to put that on with my Sigma E40 blending brush. Since the entire shape of the shadow is going to be a winged shape, pardon me, I have a frog in my throat. So I'm going to grab my liquid liner and I'm going to draw in the shape of the bottom line that I would normally put there to put on a regular winged liner. But what I'm going to do is just leave it at the bottom line like that for now, just so it cuts that shape in and I can kind of map out the shadow around it and then I'll go back in with the liner later and create the rest of the wing. As usual, I am going to do that using the Kat Von D Tattoo Liner in the color Trooper, which is just black. I'm just going to follow the shape of the bottom lash line toward the end of my brow with the point of that little marker pen. It doesn't need to be even a solid line right now or like look particularly good as long as the angle is correct. Now that I have that line on both sides and they match reasonably well, I am going to start working with the rest of the shadows that I'm going to put down. So basically what I'm going to do is work in a gradient from the light color that I put down as a transition, a little bit darker until we get to black near the lash line. The next shade that I'm going to pick up is the color Whimsy, which is a kind of like a burnt terracotta color. And I'm going to apply that using a Morphe M433 brush. So I'm just going to use that shape that we made on the edge to tell me where to stop putting that, and I'm going to just bring this down from the crease onto the rest of the lid. Next, I'm going to just pick up a slightly darker color and place it starting slightly lower on the lid. The next brown color I'm going to use is the color Edgy, which is like a slightly darker, like a chocolate matte brown. And I'm going to apply that using a Real Techniques shading brush. So I'm starting this color pretty much from the bottom of my crease. Still using that wing shape at the edge to guide where I bring the end of the color, and kind of flicking it out to start creating a wing shape with the liner there. Once I have that down, I'm just going to pick up the Morphe brush that we used for the last color and just blend those two together without adding any extra product. I just want to kind of blend the two shades where they meet. Next, I'm going to pick up an even darker brown color. This time I'm going to use this dark matte espresso kind of a brown color. This is the color Smoked, and I am going to pick that up on the very same brush. Finally, I am going to grab a black shadow, and I'm going to place that just slightly higher than my winged liner would sit to give like a smoked out background for the winged liner we're going to put down. I'm going to grab this black color, which is Punk, on a Real Techniques pencil brush. Now that the top eyeshadow is pretty much complete, I am going to go in with my liquid liner again and just create a wing as I normally would for any winged liner look. I am just going to curl my lashes and apply mascara, and I'm going to do that now before I do my lower lash line or my under eye concealer, because I don't know if any of you guys deal with this, but I find sometimes if I curl my lashes after I put my under eye concealer on, my lash curler presses into the concealer and like leaves a mark in it, and I fucking hate it. It drives me crazy. So I am going to curl and put mascara on my upper lashes, and then we will go and do the bottom lash line. Now that that's done, I am going to conceal under my eyes, and then we can work on the rest of the eyeballs. Okay, I concealed my under eye area with the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer and set it with the Tarte Amazonian Clay Setting Powder. What the hell is this shit called again? Smooth Operator, that's the name of it. And I want to keep the under eye area pretty soft and low maintenance. So I am going to pick up the color Bold from the very same palette on a Sigma E38 diffused crease brush, and I'm just going to run that underneath the lower lash line just so it has a little bit of definition and isn't completely blank. Just avoiding the very inner corner. And a little touch above the crease, because why the fuck not? And again, to keep this super low maintenance, I want to use a nude color in the waterline. I'm like looking around because I'm looking for where I put it. Stand by. I'm going to be using a very new favorite of mine in the waterline. This is the Urban Decay 24/7 waterline pencil that are made specifically to stay in your waterline. I have to say, so far they are fantastic. This one is in the nude color, which is called Walk of Shame. And I am just going to run that through my bottom waterline. And I do want to put a little bit of mascara on the lower lashes. However, I don't have a lot of definition down there, so I'm not going to go in with black. I am going to grab Clinique Bottom Lash Mascara in the brown shade. You know, originally this wasn't part of the plan, but I'm feeling fucking festive. So I am going to pop some reflective color on the bottom lash line right in the inner corner, much like I did in my last tutorial with the purple. Just not quite the full inner corner highlight treatment, but the lower lash line inner corner highlight treatment, okay? To do that, I am going to grab a pencil brush. This is an old ass double-ended brush from Crown. I believe it's a C476 brush, but the number rubbed off, so who knows? And from the duochromes in this palette, I am going to pick up the color Glam on that brush, and I'm going to wet it with some Fix Plus and pop it right in that area that I described earlier. There you go. All right, now the eyes are really done, I'm going to just finish up my skin real quick, and then let's talk about the lips. So like I said before, the lips are like where you really want to keep it low maintenance because there's going to be things going in that mouth all day long, you know, it's the nature of the holiday. So I am going to wear a nude color with a glossy balm on top. I'm first going to line my lips with the Urban Decay 24/7 lip liner in the color Naked, which is officially so small and so well loved that you can barely even see the color. It almost fits inside the cap, so I would say it's time to probably get a new one. But I'm going to line my lips and fill them in completely with this first. Then I'm going to go over the top of that with the Bite Beauty Agave Lip Mask in the color Champagne. This is very thick, very glossy, very hydrating, and it wears off beautifully, like kind of like just melts away and leaves your lips looking normal towards the end of the day. It doesn't get all icky and sticky and nasty, but it also has like really nice little champagne shimmer in it and it makes your lips look really big. So I'm a big fan. And I am going to apply that to the edges first with a brush for perfectionism reasons, because just it's how I am, but you could totally just apply it straight out of the tube. I'm going to put it on a little lip brush and brush it over. And this is the finished look. And that is all for today. Thank you guys so much for watching as always. I hope you guys, if you're in the US or wherever you are, whatever holidays you're celebrating within the next couple of weeks, I hope you have a great time. Happy Thanksgiving. I hope you get to spend it with people that you love very much. I hope my tips for makeup that'll last through the day on Thanksgiving were helpful to you. I find that this lasts beautifully. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. I would really appreciate it. Also, follow me on social media. I'm at Miss QuinnFace on Instagram, Snapchat, and Twitter. I post a new makeup look on Instagram every single day of the week. I also write tons of articles and tips on my blog, MissQuinnFace.com. That will be linked below as well. Thank you guys so much for watching. Happy Thanksgiving, and I'll see you later in the week. Bye. Why can't I say Laura normal? Laura.